Hey guys, and welcome to my couch and my wonderful lounge and my armpit, which you're probably going to see quite a lot. Hey, at least I shaved this morning, hey? So this video is, as the title suggests, my viewpoint on Lush going naked. Ooh, getting naked, now that's a topic to talk about. So what is Lush getting naked? If you're watching this video, you probably know what I mean by this, but there might be a few passerbys that think, oh my goodness, who is Lush and why are they getting naked? Lush is a cosmetics company who specialise in basically trying to break those boundaries and do things within the cosmetic world that make everyone else question what they're doing and whether it's right or wrong. And they're very conservative in terms of their ethical side of things, an environmental impact and so on. So the basic idea is that Lush have been trying to move from liquid and plastic into more solid naked products, and they've called them naked because they come with zero packaging. Now this is the worst example I could possibly show you, but right now it's one of the only examples I have in my house. So this is a naked solid conditioner, but it looks a little bit like it's been tied to the back of a car and dragged through everything known to man before it's got to me. So this poor little thing has found its resting place here. Poor little thing. But this is, yeah, like I say, a naked product. So the idea of a naked product is one where no plastic is involved or no packaging, full stop, is involved. Now, Lush still obviously use packaging. They've only recently opened a single store in Milan, which is a completely naked shop. Aside from the people working there, they have to wear clothes legally. But the products themselves are completely 100% naked. And there's been a big backlash. Now, I don't think there's going to be anyone within the Lush community or within any community within the world, unless they're incredibly self-absorbed and selfish, that doesn't understand the use of plastic is just not sustainable. And we are killing the planet. Let's get deep here. We are killing the planet and everything on it because of, partly, not all, but partly because of our use and creation of plastic. Because plastic can't be put into the soil and it will degrade and disappear in years. It doesn't go anywhere. We make plastic, and plastic is just there, sitting there going, hi guys, still here. Yeah, you haven't used me because you finished with me, but I've got nothing to do now. What do I do? So plastic is just clogging up the world, and it's so bad. I mean, I have been traveling to Asia quite recently, and just to see the amount of plastic they use, like even down to plastic straws, you don't realise you're doing it. I mean, I walked into the shop today and I was so thirsty, I brought a bottle of water. And I was like, yay, look, I've just given money towards plastic. It's so hard to think about how much plastic we as a nation, we as a world actually use. So Lush are trying to, let's get back to the point here, Lush are trying to bring out products that are naked, that don't have packaging, so they're saving on the environment and they're saving on every sort of way in terms of packaging costs, as well as you having to pay for packaging, everything. Now, as I said, there's been quite a bit of backlash on the Lush community, and during the time when there was a big lot of backlash, I was sort of travelling around the world, getting a suntan and having a good time. So I kind of stepped out of that part of that debate, but I'm back in it now, and I'm here not to debate, but to talk about my views on this, and whether or not you agree, disagree, everyone's got their own opinion. So first and foremost, I can't disagree in the fact that this cause is so important, and as a vegan, we try to have the most little impact on the world possible. So obviously plastic is a big thing, and it's still something very, very bad in everyone's lives, including my own. And I am trying to think of ways that I can reduce my carbon copy, my use of plastic and other materials that I don't need, carrier bags, etc. So when Lush brought out this naked range, I completely 100% back them up in everything that they do. Because so far, touch wood, there has not been a single thing that I have really said, whoa, no way, I don't agree with that, that's wrong. Everything to some extent I've agreed with, and I really like the fact they're proactive in doing these things to actually make people wake up and question how they're living and what they're consuming, and question everything about their lives, which is important for their own growth, for the world's growth. So I think in terms of the naked products, they're a great idea. My problem is the fact that they're really, I mean, we don't judge something by its look at all, but they really don't inspire me at all. I mean, as I say, I've picked the worst one here to choose, but in general, they just don't inspire me, and to me, they are not 100% replicate of the shower liquid gels. So we're just talking about shower gels for now. So their naked shower gels and their shower creams look exactly the same as this, and they lather up pretty much the same way. They're pretty much as moisturising, but they're not completely on par yet, which I think is a problem that some Lush fans are having. Now, I would love Lush to definitely go far more naked than they are now, but I do think, and here's where people might disagree with me, I do think that there should still be an option for there being liquid variations of some of, all of, whatever products, because for me, I'm a shower gel lover, and I do love my liquid shower gels. Now that, for some people, might be like, Jen, you're incredibly selfish, think of the environment, not think of your own needs. You can wash with a shower gel that's naked, you don't need a bottled version. Well, here's an idea, and this might be an idea that they're playing with, that they've never thought of. I doubt they've never thought of it, or they've thought of and they've come up with many problems with it and they're not going down this way. Why not, rather than, or as well as, have these naked versions, which lots of people love and will save a lot of packaging, but for those of us who just don't want to let go, want to help the environment, but don't want to let go of our liquid variations, why not have some sort of something in place where you can buy or invest in a pot that's not plastic, or if you can bring one from home, I don't know how that would work, and in the stores, might not look as aesthetically pleasing, although I'm thinking of like BFG, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, it could look pretty amazing. You can buy the liquid versions, but in order to do so, you have to buy the bottle as a separate entity, and then you reuse that bottle. So when you finish a shower gel, you bring that bottle back in, and you can pour yourself some more, and then you pay for the shower gel, and you don't have to pay for the bottle again because you've already paid for the bottle. So that's a one-off, sort of like a 10p carrier bag. You pay for the carrier bag, you can reuse it time and time again. So there, you can go into the store, you want some Happy Hippie, you want some olive branch, okay, I've paid whatever it may be for a bottle, which hopefully won't be plastic, but that might be a start, having a plastic bottle until they can figure out an alternative. Here's a recyclable plastic bottle. You pay, I don't know, £3 for the bottle. I have no idea of cost here, by the way. £3 for the bottle. They come in the 100 grams, the 500 grams, the 250 grams, and oh, you'd like 250 grams of Lord of Misrule. Okay, we're going to pour 250 grams of Lord of Misrule. So this time you pay for the bottle and you pay for the liquid shower gel. You come in a month later when you finish, or whenever it may be, with a nice washed out bottle. Right, I would like 250 grams of Plum Rain. Okay, there we go. You're just paying for the liquid shower gel. You're not paying for the bottle again because that's your bottle. Do you see what I mean? So new fans that go into Lush can be introduced to this, because obviously Lush are really big on promoting being in the store and talking to people and so on. So new fans can be like, well, this is how we work, and this is why we don't have bottled variations on the shop floor, etc. And this is how it works, so you can encourage people. Now, obviously, people might buy some Lush shower gel from Lush and never go back there, and they've paid £3 for a bottle, and they decide they don't want to refill it up again. That's fine. They would go into Lush normally and probably buy a 250 gram bottle, use it all up, and then throw the bottle in the bin anyway. So those sorts of customers are going to have the same impact. But lots of people, myself included, would be more than happy. I'm not bothered by a label. I don't need a label to say it's Plum Rain. You know, I'm quite happy to have 250 grams of Plum Rain in a bottle that I can then take into Lush store and get more shower gels. There are problems with this, obviously. First and foremost, they'd have to think about how much they'd need to make in terms of batch-wise to keep on a regular basis in different stores, because every store will have a different amount of, you know, Lush shower gel, and how long would it keep if you're in a big bottle? Probably the same as it would if you kept it in little tiny bottles, who knows? But it would work, I think, so well, and people could then, if they wanted to have 10 shower gels in their collection, then they could have 10 bottles that they buy. So they could go in and buy Lush Hippie, but then a month later they might want to get some Lord of Misrule, so they buy another bottle, sort of thing. But it should, lots of people within the Lush community don't have millions of bottles and they're quite happy with a few. Do you see what I mean? And maybe if you're somebody who would go, well, I want every shower gel in there, so I'm going to go in and buy 10 bottles and fill them up, and then when I finish, I've got 10 bottles that I've wasted. That's something you've got to think about, you know, and maybe Lush could then have a recyclable program where whatever they've made their bottles out of, you recycle it. You don't get the money back for the bottle, but you recycle it so you know it's gone to a good cause, sort of like the black pots. The same could work for face masks. You know, you have face masks in the fresh bowls that you see people scoop into the pots. Why not bring the pots back and have the fresh face masks then poured back in there by a member of staff? Obviously you don't do it yourself. And in my head I can just picture all these products with these beautiful like contraptions going on around the shop with, you know, massive, you know, I don't know, a really popular one, say Lord and Misrule shower cream comes out for Christmas. So you go in there and there's like a massive like bottle of Lord and Misrule shower gel. It's like bubbling and has like this smoke coming off. I don't know. You know, you could make the shops into these even more interactive surfaces. And people could go in, learn more about using naked products. Some will choose the naked products. Some who want the liquid, well, you pay for a bottle and then you can do that. Or, I don't know, I'm just throwing ideas here. It's coming off the top of my head. If people are really adamant, actually, I don't want to spend lots of money on the plastic bottles, could Lush perhaps do some sort of lending? You know, and they'd have to make sure the bottles were clearly Lush bottles, maybe having the logo branded on there, but then that might be not cost effective, etc. But then have where you borrow a bottle. You fill it up with shower gel, you pay for the shower gel, you come back 2 months later, I finished with this bottle, okay, you give it in to be recycled or to be washed and reused, and then you get your £1.50 back or £3 back or whatever it was that you used to rent out the bottle, you know, as long as the bottle's in good condition. There are so many things that you could do and still have the liquid variations. This would be a problem for online shopping, which is probably the big reason why Lush haven't done anything at all, but it could be a step in the right direction for if they're wanting to make all of their stores naked. And it would be more of an experience then, and it would be so different to anything else in the world. I can't think of, and I'm sure there is, but I've never myself been into a store where all of their cosmetics are in big bowls and tubs and tubes and all this elaborate stuff that you could go and enjoy and smell and just, you know, I'm just thinking again like the bottles in Roald Dahl's BFG. You know, you picture the bottle of dreams. You can imagine all these shelves of bottles and maybe not glass, but you know, jars and containers of all this Lush stuff that you can sort of smell and see, and much more like a kitchen then. Like it is actually like a Lush kitchen. This is all our kitchen stuff we've made. In terms of online, maybe the problem would have to be that you have the naked versions in this way, and I don't know, liquid wise, maybe you could have limited bottles per month, where it sort of limit people and encourage people to go into stores, but those who couldn't get into stores will still have the option of buying online. Maybe online you'd have to rent out a bottle before you bought a product, and then when the product was sent you could go into a store and get the money back for the bottle once you finished. There are options here. I mean, if Lush end up doing this, I would like some royalties for this, guys, because this is just me thinking outside the box, but I love Lush's idea of the naked range. I think it's fantastic. I think most of the products work really well, and they're much better than soaps. Don't consider them soaps, they're nothing like soaps. But I do think they need to still cater, and they still do at the moment, but they need to still cater for those who like the liquid variations. And when I mean liquid, I don't just mean like jellies, because Lush are thinking, oh, we can release some shower jellies and people will still love them. No, we want the shower gels. I would prefer the shower gels, but at the same time I want it to be sustainable and I want it to be good for the environment. So why not have something like this where you go in with a bottle or a tub, whatever it may be, whatever product you have, you know, you're encouraged to buy this version a lot of the time in stores, and people might transition over time. And this would be cheaper, so people would think, oh, okay, that's cheaper, therefore I should go for that, or I want to go for that. But for those who are very adamant, no, I want my shower gels, maybe Lush could have something like that, a rolling sort of rental system, or you buy the bottle, you get the product, you know, you could pour it yourself. Wow, how amazing would that be with the, you know, Lush stuff, watching you to make sure you don't sort of spill it, but you can pour it yourself just like Lush do in the factory when they pour the bottles. You know, who knows? Is that a good idea? Am I just rambling? Are you been staring at these pictures behind the whole time thinking, who are they? You know, are you feeling really sorry for this little veganies here? But that's my take on Lush Naked, and I'm excited to see where they go in the future. I don't appreciate last year, and I'll speak to Lush directly here, I don't appreciate last year when you brought out about 9 shower gels, like naked shower gel stroke creams in the Lush kitchen over 2 weeks, or a week or something, and then you brought out the Christmas stuff like 2 weeks later or something. So I had billions of these things just lined up in the shower going, Jen, you need to use me and review me. And I'm like, I can't. I have all the Christmas stuff to review. And you know, I've only just managed to review Happy Hippie shower gel, the naked version, which came out last June, July, you know. So that's my take on Lush's naked practice anyway. What do you guys think? Can you see any problems in that? And if you're Lush, get in contact with me, because I'm going to copyright that idea now. Because that's my idea, and you can't just take it without giving me something in return. We can talk about this, yeah? Yeah? Me, you, Mark, yeah? We talk about this? Okay, that's cool. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Sorry for the camera angle. I'm balancing on a pillow while I'm just sitting chilled on my sofa, because that's just my videos now. Just me doing whatever I want to do, wherever I want to do, not making any sense and rambling for too long. But let me know what you think about this prospect and any other ideas, can't talk, any other ideas that you have about this idea. But until the next video, if you've managed to get through this, until the next video, take care and goodbye.